Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. As to what seems like an eternity since I last made a video, I'd just like to apologise for the lack of content recently, but there are numerous reasons why there's been a lack of content, which I'll touch upon briefly. First and foremost, fuel crisis. Dun dun dun! Yeah, that kind of happened here in the UK and lasted about 2 weeks, so it was quite inappropriate to go out and use some fuel for myself, which would be quite selfish, just to make some videos. There's people out there who needed fuel more than me, and getting fuel was just difficult. So yeah, fuel crisis, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it didn't really help the situation to making videos, but I was also quite busy, so it didn't really matter to me too much. But if I wanted to make a video about it would have been difficult with the whole situation. But most importantly, for the lack of content for the C63 in particular, is yet again it's encountered more health issues in the car. So yeah, ever since my Wales trip, it's kind of been sat dormant on the driveway. You could be asking why I don't just ask like the Facebook groups on like the C63 groups, and why I don't ask for some advice on there. Well, the short answer is I do it a lot. I pester that group so many times. I ask questions and I feel just kind of bad for just constantly asking questions. Why is this not working? Why is that not working? And I just feel quite bad to do all the time, and they're probably quite annoyed at me, because the group's not just about asking for problems. It's like showing off your car, showing off some good things, and all I do is show off the worst. So I thought, instead of pester them, why not I pester you viewers, because I know some of my viewers are C63 owners or have some knowledge. So I thought, why not make a video and ask you guys for your expertise, and hopefully you can help me. Now, these problems that have occurred, I will have to actually drive the C63 on some normal roads to show you what the problem is. So I'm going to do that and I'll meet you there. So the first issue is when the car is idling. And when the car's idling, it's basically skipping, but there's no rhythm, there's no pattern. It'll do it randomly. Sometimes you get like 2 or 3 in a row, or you just get one singular one, and it'll just be like, the car idle is normal, and you go, wait, you know, normally it's like a whoa, 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 and then when the car's idling, at the moment it's like whoa, 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 and then sometimes they go whoa, 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 and then it will go whoa, whoa. It's really weird. I can't explain it. It's like, it feels like it's skipping, but there's no rhythm. Sometimes it won't do it, sometimes it'll just be the one, and you get like loads. And then inside the car, when you actually sat in the car, you can feel it. Kind of like in the car, you can feel like the car like shaking a little bit. Like it's a very subtle like jolt. I won't even call it a jolt. It's like a very, very subtle shake. And obviously, if it does like multiple of them, you can feel them all at once. But there's absolutely no rhythm to it whatsoever. So it's, can it be a misfire? I don't know. I'm not technically a sound person, so I can't make that call. But it doesn't sound like a misfire because it's so inconsistent. But maybe I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. I need your opinion. So yeah, that's like the first thing. The idle is very, well, kind of a little bit jolty inside the car, and then from the outside you can hear it. It's kind of like skipping. But yeah, from inside the car you can just feel just little jolts here and there, and it doesn't matter if the car's cold or warm. It will do it at any temperature. That's the important part, because I think when the car's cold, its characteristics can be quite jerky, but even when it's warm, it will still do it. Now the next problem I have is, it feels like the rear axle is like bunny hopping. It's like jerk chicken central. It's kind of like, it's like a form of like juddering or shuddering every time you put your foot down. Whether you're putting your foot down fast or it's just a smooth acceleration, and it doesn't matter if it's cold or warm. It doesn't matter what temperature it is, it will still do it, but it's very intermittent. It's not doing it all the time. So I can't really put my finger on it. I feel like maybe it's a gearbox or transmission related. and I checked through my history about 9,000 miles ago. It had something transmission related done in its service at about 31,000 miles. I'll put a screenshot, or like I'll take a picture of it so you can read it, because I'm not sure what that actually entails. Maybe I should probably call up Mercedes themselves to ask what it was they did. Could be it needs like a gearbox or transmission service. I'm not too sure, but basically when you put your foot down, it just feels like the rear axle is like losing grip, but it's like a real judder sensation. Maybe like when you're driving over like a cattle grid, that's probably a perfect analogy for it. Like just driving over a cattle grid, but it just feels like it's hopping a little bit. At the moment it's not doing it. I might just demonstrate now if I can do it. If I just put my foot down gently. No, it's not doing it. And then the final thing which is causing a problem is putting your foot down with the kick down. Normally this car, because it has been mapped as well, is super fast. Like kick down Sport Plus mode, it would just fly, wouldn't hesitate, the gearbox would kick down straight away and you'd be off in a jiffy. But at the moment there seems to be like a delay. It doesn't know what gear to go into and it will take its time. I'd say it's like a 2-second delay, and then your kick down will realise, yeah, I want to go. See if I can demonstrate now. Right, now we can finally see if it's still just a kick down problem. Jesus! There you go, you see that? Do you see how long of a delay that was? My foot was flat to the floor, it took about 2 seconds or so, and then it's changed gear, and then it did its kick down, completely caught me off guard, and that's the longest it's ever been. But yeah, that's the problem we have at the moment. Its kick down is taking so long, and it never ever had this problem before. So I'm really unsure what's caused this, but it must be gearbox or transmission related if it's affecting the gearbox that much. But yeah, that's the last symptom of its health problems. The kick down is taking a monumental time to kick down and select its gear, even in Sport Plus mode. And then when you are accelerating, you can still feel some like jolts or hopping, like it, but it doesn't come with like a traction issue or traction warning light to say, oh my god, I'm losing traction. That time it was instantaneous, so it's very temperamental. I don't understand why it's so temperamental, but yeah, this is what I'm dealing with at the moment. Any ideas, guys? Let's just give the kick down one last chance to see what happened. So foot down to the floor now. See, it just happened again. Like, there's at least a second and a half delay, and then it eventually found its kick down. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a loss of power. The power still feels brilliant as it normally does, but yeah, the kick down is definitely an issue. It must be transmission or gearbox related. This must be the culprit. My camera ran out of battery once again, but I was just going to say, yeah, it's such a shame, because these cars aren't renowned for being that unreliable, but at the moment my car's just be throwing problems at me all the time, and it just kind of makes you fall out of love with the car a little bit. It makes you not want to drive it because you're just kind of fed up, you're too worried about breaking it. So yeah, that's another reason really I haven't been driving it much. You're just too scared to drive it in case something breaks, you get a monumental bill for something. But that's the hobby of cars, I guess. It's not cheap, and that's something you need to put up with or expect at some point. So if you do only have any ideas what I could do at home or have a look at home instead of sending it to a garage, that'd be greatly appreciated. Apologies for this video being a bit all over the place. I'll just recap quickly. You got the juddering when you're accelerating, you got the jolting or jerking whenever you're in idle, and you can hear like the car at the back skipping a little bit. And then also you have the gearbox, which is taking a long time to kick down, and then sometimes you just feel like a bit of jerking when you're under heavy acceleration as well. So yeah, they're all the problems. If you do have any ideas, then please let me know. I do have plenty of videos in the foreseeable future to film. I'll get round it eventually, but thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're like one of the 98% of people who watch my videos who aren't subscribed. I would much appreciate if you did subscribe. It'd be amazing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future.